Hey, I'm Za, Zen and Worthy. Thanks for stopping by this self sesh where I talk about things to improve the self. So, this is a lifelong journey. We're always going to have to improve on something because we can be doing so well in certain areas and then the next day we go backwards, and it's just you get back on. So, breathe. Whew. Zen, right? So that's where it's good to have compassion for yourself because sometimes we can get in that mindset where we're just so critical of ourselves, we criticize ourselves, we have that negative self talk, and it's just not healthy, right? Because we're trying to work on this, trying to get that mind right, okay? So have self compassion, give yourself grace and forgiveness. Love yourself. Okay, let's move on. So today I wanted to talk about challenging the fear of failure. Is that a mouthful right there, right? The fear of failure, FOF, FOF. I like it. Will have you literally doing nothing. You want to do everything, but you can't do anything. Hold on one second. Need a sip of my lemon water. I always have to have lemon in my water to drink water. Am I alone? Anybody else have to put something in their water? Okay, moving on. So, yes, okay. I was like, where was that? Okay, so FOF, fear of failure. It will literally keep you stuck and small, safe right there on the sidewalk, You're like, oh, don't stay where you are, okay? Stay safe right where I can see you. It has you stuck, not being able to do anything. You're literally paralyzed. And you don't grow that way. Unless you're totally content with staying small and not growing and not trying anything or failing at anything, then move along. Move along, right? This video is not for you. Maybe the next one will be. But having that fear of failure can make you jealous of people because you see them, you're like, man, they're doing so many great things and they're failing and they're okay with it, and you see them and they just get right back up and keep going. It's just like, why can't I do that, So one story that really stuck with me is The Rock and, Michael Jordan, that's a good one too, where he tried so many times to make it in the business, right? And got the door slammed in his face so many times. But he never gave up. And it's just people that have FOF don't do that enough. They're just and I think a lot of it is you don't want to be embarrassed or you don't want people to see you fail. You want to have everything perfectly aligned. You want to have everything structured. Okay, right in this little box before you do anything. And life sometimes it doesn't work out like that. You want to have everything controlled and perfect, and it just you have everything planned out, and it completely falls apart. So not having FOF will have you having so many goals and dreams and you working towards those and you falling. Okay, fall, learn, get back up. It's a process that you can do, but having FOF will literally be like, I'm good, I'll stay where I'm at. So if you want to change, you want to get rid of FOF. I mean, everybody might have a little bit here or there, or maybe they don't. But if you want to lower your FOF level, here we go. The first thing is becoming self-aware. Looking at your day-to-day habits, things that you do without even realizing, things that you say that just you blurt out, right? I like to journal. I like to see the words, and sometimes when I'm writing and stuff comes out and I read it, I'm like, dang, that was all in there, And so it's like looking at the words it makes it real, and you're like, okay, this is what I've been doing all my life, being fearful, having a fear-based thinking, and just staying in a bubble. Basically what you're doing, staying in a bubble. So conversations that you have at work or with friends or people that you see that you admire, that you wish that you could do, or you're jealous of somebody that just can do anything and fail and look dumb, and like whatever it is, start paying attention to your actions, your words, your behavior on a day-to-day basis, and get out of that denial mirror, okay, and look in the real mirror. Okay, so that's the first thing. And the second thing is getting to the root of why you have FOF, fear of failure, why you have it. So a lot of times we don't want to look back to our childhood. We don't want to go backwards. We're like, it's too painful, I'm moving along. Sometimes you have to face the pain in order to gain wisdom. I don't know. But sometimes you have to go through it and then come through it and get on the other side, and you're like, dang, it was hard as crap, but I'm glad that I went through it because I gained from it, So, I mean, if you're one of the lucky ones that's never had any pain, hey, I'm happy for you. But it might be hard to go backwards to find out some why answers, but you will get through it, okay? Because a lot of times in our adult life, we're like, why do I do that? And you don't realize that you were influenced by this person, but you won't really understand until you get to the root of why you do the things you do. Okay, so it's time to rip that Band-Aid off and let it heal. Okay, because the fear of failure, there's a lot of layers to it. Okay, so yes, it's going to be hard, but that's what you need to do to grow. Is you need to go through the hard things. You need to face the uncomfortableness. Okay, so that brings me to the third thing, is facing your fears, facing these tests. They can be the smallest test or it could be the biggest test. Now don't get crazy. Let's build ourselves up. Let's not go all the way in 10 feet when you can only swim in 2 feet. You know what I'm saying? So like, take your time, start small. So what is it? Ralph Waldo Emerson has a quote that says, every day do something that scares you. So I have that written on a post-it on my desk. And I try to do, maybe not every day, but I try to make it a habit of pushing myself to do something that I'm scared to do. Because I know once I get through it, once I push myself, once I force myself, I'm like, all right, you can do this. Like, you can do it. Get it. Go ahead and swim a little bit further. That when I get up to the other side, I'm like, dang, I'm glad I went through it. Yes, my heartbeat might be about to pop out my new collar shirt, you know what I'm saying? But my hands might be sweating, getting my paper all, whatever. But focus. What is my goal here? Okay? Face it. Even if you're afraid. Have the courage. Okay? Because once you get through it, you have to remind yourself that once you get through it, you will be happy that you got through it. Now, if you're not able to accomplish, a test of fear or whatever the case is, don't beat yourself up. Have compassion and say, okay, what did I learn from this situation? Because every time we fail, there's potential to learn something from that failure in order to do something differently the next time. So learn from that and then say, okay, I'm going to do this next time. Even though I'm scared as hell, I'm going to do it because I know on the other side of it, I'm building up my confidence. Okay, and so then the last thing you do is, hey, throw a party, right? Celebrate every time you do something that you normally wouldn't have done because of FOF, fear of failure. Celebrate hardcore, party like a rock star, whatever you need to do in order to show yourself that you're happy that you did it. You're happy, clap your hands. Like whatever it is you need to do. It may sound silly, but hey, if we got to be silly in order to get rid of this fear, then that's what we're going to do. Okay? That's an order. So start becoming self-aware. Journal. Talk out loud, write on Post-its, whatever. Everybody's journey is going to look different. Okay? Self-aware, journal. Get to the root of why you do what you do. Why are you so scared to learn how to swim? You can put the floaties on. You don't got to jump in the deep end without floaties. You can put on the floaties until you learn all the way how to do it, and then you can take the floaties off. So we have to learn. Start small. Okay, so face your fears. Do the little test. Push yourself. Force yourself. I'm gonna do this. I can do this. Whatever self-conversation you have to have, whatever self-talk, make sure it's positive, okay? And then be happy for yourself. Celebrate that you were able to accomplish it. Okay? So we're on this journey, this self-journey, forever. We're with ourselves forever, okay? So let's treat ourselves right, and let's work through this fear of failure, because we have to get to a point we're not so stuck on what we look like when we fail, because at the end of the day, everybody has to fail at something in order to learn or grow. Okay? So once you do that, this will build up that confidence, and then you'll be able to start that business, and then you'll be able to, whatever your goal is, whatever your big goal is, make tons of money, like even right now, the old Zaw would have been like, oh, don't start a YouTube. You don't have a great camera right now. But the new and improved Zaw is like, F it. I'll do this until I get a new camera. But at least I'm putting myself out there. At least I'm not staying small where my mind wants me to stay. Okay? So I hope this helps anybody. I'm Zaw, Zen, and Worthy. I'm trying to live a more Zen life and truly value my worth at the same time. Okay? This is the Self Sesh. Good luck.